Before I talk about the next Fatal Fury game, let's talk about Street Fighter like I did in the first two videos. I'm doing this because Capcom and SNK made similar decisions when grading their games, and it is interesting to compare them. Also, without the influence of Street Fighter, the history of Fatal Fury might have been different. Compared to previous intros, this one is going to take a while. In February of 1997, Capcom released Street Fighter 3 The New Generation. The main idea was to create a direct sequel to Street Fighter 2, after years of releasing different versions of Street Fighter 2 and other spin-offs. The game replaced every single character from Street Fighter 2 except for Ryu and Ken. Unlike Street Fighter 2, the new main character will be Alex, an American wrestler instead of Ryu, in a way to appeal to American audiences. Movement was improved from Street Fighter 2. Players can dash, high jump, and quick stand after being knocked down. But the major features introduced in this game are super arts and parries. After selecting a character, players can choose one of 3 different super moves called super arts. In the previous game, each character only had one super. Parries are a defensive move in which players can press forward at the right time to negate any damage, including special moves or super moves. But there is a high risk in doing them, since if a player misses the timing, they won't be able to block the hit that they are trying to parry. Like with Street Fighter 2, this game had multiple upgrades. In September of 1997, a few months after the first version was released, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact Giant Attack was released. This version will bring new characters and reintroduce Akuma as a playable character. Every character from the previous version was also reworked. This version introduced EX Specials, which are special moves that use some of the super art gauge to power up. Throw Techables, or simply called Techs, which allows players to escape a throw by performing another throw, and personal actions, which are taunts that have special effects. For example, some of them could hit the opponent or power up the user. In the 12th of May of 1999, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Fight for the Future was released. This will be the final version of Street Fighter 3. Like the previous versions, this version introduced new characters and brought back an older character, in this case, Chun-Li. Apart from balance changes and changes to commands, the only big mechanic that was introduced is card parries. Card parries are parries that players can do while they are blocking a move, which lets them recover quickly and attack after guarding. The combined sales of the different versions of Street Fighter 3 were lower than what Capcom expected. The games were not received well back then because of different reasons. One reason is that by the release of Third Strike, out of 19 characters there were only 4 older characters. So it is very likely that players from the previous games skipped this series of games because their favorite characters were not in there. Also, the designs of some of the newer characters are seen as weird or very different from previous games. The second main reason is that Street Fighter 3 was a 2D game. At the time of its release, other companies were releasing 3D fighters like Virtua Fighter, Tekken, and Soul Calibur. Street Fighter 3 was seen as outdated compared to the other games at the time. Even though its reception was not very good back in the day, retroactively Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is considered one of the best and most popular Street Fighter games. because of its mechanics and sprite work. It is also responsible for the most popular fighting game moment that was ever recorded. This clip brought a lot of attention to fighting games and revitalized the fighting game community. Moments like this keep happening to this day. For example, this happened a few months ago.
It's not dead yet. Do we go for the cross of Tatsu? He goes for the universal overhead, then backs away. Dashes up in danger. Chip. Oh my God! No! Okay. Oh my God! How did he do that? He went past the SA3. He went for the roundhouse. He jumped over completely.
To this day, there are a lot of players that still play this game online. Now let's move on to Fatal Fury.
Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Garou, Mark of the Wolves was released on the 26th of November of 1999. Like Street Fighter 3, this game became like the new generation of Fatal Fury. The game is considered a direct sequel to Real Bout Fatal Fury. It takes place 10 years after the story of Real Bout. The developers wanted to attract new players to the series, so they decided to change the main character from Terry to Rock Howard. Rock is the biological son of Geese Howard. After the death of Geese, Terry decided to adopt Geese's son. Rock has a combination of moves based on both Terry and Geese. The game has 14 characters, but the only returning character from the previous game is Terry, but his design was also changed. The developers believe that Terry's previous design was outdated, so that's why they changed it. The other characters are new, but a lot of them have ties to characters from the previous games. Mechanically, the game changed a lot from the previous Fatal Fury games. The lane shift system was removed completely after being in the series since the first game. Supposedly, this was changed because the developers believed that the lane shift system pushed fighting game players to other fighting games. Since they removed the lane shift system, there was not a need for a lane shift button anymore. The button layout was changed to be the same as the King of Fighters series. So 2 punch buttons and 2 kick buttons of different strengths. Super moves were changed too. Unlike previous Fatal Fury games, players cannot do as many super moves as they want when their health is low. The super bar is still in the game and can be filled up to 2 levels. The 2 levels are S power and P power, with P power doing the most damage. S power uses 1 bar, while the P power uses 2 bars, and can also unlock a different super if you use the 2 bars. The commands for the supers were also changed or simplified, and super moves are done in a more similar way to the same way that they do in Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter 3, this game also has parries, but with some differences. In this game they are called Just Defense. Just Defense are done by blocking at the right moment. They can also be done in the air, which it is the only way to block in the air. They are less risky than parries in Street Fighter 3 because you don't have to press forward to do them. Another big difference between the just defense and parries is that when a player just defends, they regain health based on how powerful the move that was parried is. Another mechanic that was introduced was break moves. Break moves are moves that every character has that can be cancelled. They can be cancelled into special moves or super moves. But the biggest mechanic that was introduced in this game is TOP mode. It stands for Tactical Offense Position. When a character is selected, players can choose between a 1/3 portion of their life bar for their TOP. When their health bar is in this portion, players get some benefits. While they are in this mode, characters do more damage, their super meter builds up faster, health regenerates slowly until it reaches the highest point of the TOP segment. And they also get a TOP special move, or also called TOP attacks. TOP attacks are special moves that each character has that can only be done while their health is in the TOP segment. Choosing when you can enter the TOP mode is one of the most important decisions that you can make while playing this game. If a player chooses it to be in the first segment of their HP, they don't have to take damage to use their TOP attacks, so they can use their TOP attacks immediately. But by choosing it to be in the first segment, there is the risk of taking damage and getting kicked out of the TOP mode. If it is chosen to be in the third segment, players will only be able to use it late in the game, but once they are there, they cannot be removed from the mode anymore. At least until they are defeated. Also, if a player is removed from the TOP mode by taking damage, it is possible to return to it by regaining health with just defense. Garou Mark of the Wolves was considered the Street Fighter 3 of SNK because of how similar their game mechanics were, the idea of replacing most of the characters with new ones, and having a similar art style. It is very likely that SNK took inspiration from Street Fighter 3 when developing the game. Capcom released the 3 different versions of Street Fighter 3 from 1997 to 1999, so SNK could have seen how Street Fighter 3 was gradually changing and made decisions based on that. The end result was being able to make a very similar game with just one release instead of 3. While Garou Mark of the Wolves did well critically, it didn't sell too well, but just like Street Fighter 3, it became more popular later among the fighting game community. It did reach a cult following, and there are people that still play the game online to this day, but it has fewer players than Street Fighter 3 and other games in the King of Fighters franchise. Now let's move on to the plot of the game. The plot of this game is that after Geese Howard died in a real bout, Terry decided to adopt a 7-year-old Rock Howard as his son and taught him martial arts. 10 years after the death of Geese, the city of Southtown has finally achieved peace, but in a neighboring city called Second Southtown, a new fighting tournament called the King of Fighters Maximum Mayhem is being held. It is being organized by a new crime boss named Kane R. Heinlein. Kane's goal is to take Geese's legacy. He sends an invitation to Terry Bogard and a now 17-year-old Rock Howard to participate in the tournament. He wants Rock to join him so that he can decipher Geese's last will, so that he can take over Second Southtown and make it a city-state in which the strongest rule over the weak. Rock decides to join the tournament to find out more information about his dead mother. And now with both the introduction and the summary of the plot done, let's move on to the playthrough.
Those blinded by ambition, those consumed with vengeance. But here, they do not exist. Only winners and losers here. Born here, the mighty.
Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Hello and welcome back. This time we're playing Garou Mark of the Wolves. This is technically the last... well, yeah, this is the last canon game. After this, all of the other next games in which Terry appears in, they are just spin-offs or crossovers. Like King of Fighters, for example. I'm playing in the... I think it's the Windows version of the game. but I got it from Amazon Prime. Well, Prime Gaming. It's kind of like the PlayStation Plus subscription. Okay, so we have 12 characters, I believe, unless I counted wrong. I like that they show the martial art style.
Get set. Round 1. Fight!
It was really easy. They just simplified some of the supers. They're more similar to what Street Fighter is.
KO.
Looking for your brother, I will tell you if I see him. Oriental Casino Wu, Kei Dong Hwan, Taekwondo. So this is the one of the songs of game from the previous games. Oh, he uses electricity. Okay, it's kinda laggy. Ah. Oh yeah, since this is not an emulator, I don't have saved this anymore. But it should not be as bad as the previous games.
Final round. Fight!
So this one up is newer special modes, the Buster Wolf. You're a real goof off, get serious or get lost. Oh gods! No time left. Front of me, almighty on. Universal Arena, NASCAR, T-Sock, Wrestling. It's one of my favorite characters introduced in this game.
Round 1. Fight!
Oh, I forgot. It's a grabber. I don't know what he's flashing. So if you do a perfect block in this game, you get some health back. Sorry, pro wrestlers just don't scare me. He hasn't met Zangief yet.
Round 1.
Okay, I skipped this, but the kid caused the accident dice on the background. He's supposed to be like the student of Andy, so there he is, brother. An interesting thing about this character, unless I'm wrong, is that his voice actor is actually a Japanese voice actor of Naruto. But this was years before she got the role. Can do ninja arts? You are master. What? Okay, they haven't still fixed the translation problems. Freeman, original martial arts.
Round 1.
So this guy is supposed to be a serial killer. One of the other characters are looking for him. Actually, I think three. The sons of a game are looking for him.
KO.
Stand up. Round 2. Fight.
I lost the Cirals. I was thinking of using the super, but might as well just save it for the last round, since I was going to lose that one anyways. Oh, it was a race. We would hit each other. Consumed by the Vintion, you just had to lose. Life has old line, next hard, rock, award, style, martial arts. So martial arts, style, martial arts. I've already been waiting for this. If you made it all the way here, good job, Rock. If you win, maybe you will know your mother's secret. She's got nothing to do with this. I fight to test my own power. Enough talk, let's begin.
Round 1. Fight!
So this is Geese's Howard's son.
KO! Round 2. Fight!
Yeah, he fighting like he's a mixture of Geese and Terry.
KO! KO!
Ah. He's as annoying as his father. We had the same idea. Why does my evil blood boil? It kinda feels bad for
Terry Bogard
having
versus
Geese as a biological father. I guess it feels cursed.
Fight! KO! Stand up! Round 2. Fight!
That was my chance again, and I wasted it. Watch. Finally. Still tough, huh? Still the champ. This is my finals, and you are not there at all. Sorry, Rock, but don't worry, I will find your mother. Don't bother, I am no Oedipus. Okay. I think Oedipus is like a great guy that had like a mother complex. You fight rather well, but you are no match for the power of dark karate. Quite a claim. But you don't convince me, hidden like some Winnie. I am Grant, the martyr of might. Now show me the full extent of the power. Show me all you have. Kinda sounds like Hakuma from Street Fighter.
Round 1. Fight! Stand up. Round 2. Fight!
Oh, I botched.
Final round. Fight!
That was my chance. I know there's a combo you can do if the power knuckle becomes a counter, or if, like for example, if they're in the air. The one point of HP left. Ah, that was really close too. I think I should have used super instead of the top. I had 0.1 HP. The magic pixel. Are you okay? Oh, never mind. I'm not okay. That's probably a better way to read. I would have won if I did something else. I just wanted the cinematic win. I don't think I will have killed anyways. Okay, let's try something different. Technically, I get a little bit extra health if I choose this.
Terry Bogard.
Because he's trying to heal back the health that is lost while he's on that mouse. Oh, this is like the genocide color from Garou, the final boss of King of Fighters. You know, I was about to say that this might be the shortest one, since I reached the fight a lot earlier compared to the other games, or the final boss, I mean.
Terry Bogard.
But this is probably taking more than the last two games.
Round 1.
No, I just noticed something. But all of the other bosses have like final name. I mean, all the final bosses have names that makes them sound like a threat. or like they are important. I don't know, like this Howard. They give you the full name. Krauser Wolf something, or I think it's Wolfgang Krauser. Makes it sound like something threatening, but this guy is just called Grant. And at the moment he's the most intimidating one, but has the most common name. Sometimes I forget I'm playing against... I played it very different against a computer. Towards another player I would probably do more fireballs. But it's just that in the previous games they feel kinda useless because they just... the computer dodges everything. But they are kind of effective. I say that and he immediately jumps down. Until I blocked. Or maybe they did chip damage, I don't know. The funny thing is I could have won this a long time ago if I didn't try to do a raw super. I jabbed. Oh, damn it. That was it. The funny thing, I was trying the training mode before, just to familiarize myself again with the game. Like learning some combos like this, for example. And some other stuff, but most of the stuff is not... I'm forgetting it. That's one. But at the same time, knowing combos doesn't mean that you're good at the game. One thing is being able to do them, another thing is being able to land them. And also trying to figure out when is the best moment to do them. Okay, he wasted his bar. So I have a better chance right now. Wait, what? I worked! Finally. And the end of the way that I wanted to end like a long time ago. What kind of freak are you? Don't you ever let up? I would love to, but my enemies just won't leave me alone. I hear ya. Goodbye, legendary one. Farewell, Kane. Yeah, so that was Garou, Mark of the Wolves. Now there is another boss, but to fight him you have to do a lot better in the arcade mode. Because I lost so much, I'm not going to unlock that fight. But anyways, the main story is with Rock, so beating it with Terry is not the canon ending. See. Oh, okay. I thought it was different. I thought all of those were the letters I got.
Game over.
So, final thoughts. This is probably my favorite game to play with in the Fatal Fury franchise, not counting King of Fighters. The supers are a lot more easy to do. and they removed the lane system, which what it makes, that's what makes a Fatal Fury different from other fighting games. It gets kinda annoying, because it's kinda like in Smash Bros. When both players try to roll a bunch. It just makes the fights a lot longer. And against a computer, it kind of feels like they always know how to punish you every time that you try to switch to another lane. Now, most of the my opinions regarding all of these games, like the final thoughts, have been just against the computer. It might be different with against players. But yeah, I think this is the best one in the series. But I do kind of wish that there were other characters. I think that there were a few that were supposed to come back, but I think they ran out of time. And I believe that around this time they were having some financial problems. So they didn't have enough money to keep creating more characters or stages, so they just stopped there. There was supposed to be they were working on a sequel after this, but it got cancelled. But there was a leak showing a bunch of the characters that were supposed to be in the sequel, and some older characters were also supposed to return, like Joe Higashi and Andy Bogard, but it got cancelled, so we only know a little bit of that. Now, a few years ago, they announced that they're working on a new Ark of the Wolves called City of the Wolves. It takes place, I believe, in 2009. Since this game is 10 years after the death of Geese, it will take place in, like, I believe 2005. So that game is like 4 years after this one. They already showed a bunch of the characters and stages, and characters from Fatal Fury are returning. For example, Mai is coming back. I'm not sure about Andy and Joe coming back, but they got teased. But originally, I think that Joe was just supposed to be like a teaser for another character, and he was not supposed to be playable. Okay, what else? I think that's it. But for anyone watching, thanks for watching, and see you next time.